Looking at this Bitcoin price action, you can see, guys, nothing much has changed since yesterday. The price of Bitcoin is still hovering between this 22,500 to 23,000 range. And now, since we are also approaching around one of the most important line of support which we have in a daily time frame, we are going to be extremely careful because we are aware breaking this support line which we have around this 20 exponential moving average 22,600 could be turning the price bearish in a daily time frame. But if you look at the overall structure, you can see MACD is still a bullish MACD cross, RSI line still above 50 level, T3CCI still in a positive territory. It's a good sign. But yesterday I also showed you the price movement and this T3CCI divergence, right? This is a bearish divergence. That's why we said the retracement could be around this 20 exponential moving average. And now if you look at this 20 exponential moving average, this is exactly where we are finding ourselves holding the line. So that's why here in a daily time frame, this 20 exponential moving average is going to be one of the strongest line of support what we have. And beside this, we also have a very important line of support from this CPR indicator, a leading indicator, because if you look at this leading indicator, the top CPR line is exactly where we found support. So now we know this 20 exponential moving average, the top CPR line is going to be a very important line around this 22,500, 22,600 range, because we know if we break the support around that area, then the next target according to the CPR line which is already been placed is 22,254, and also the bottom CPR line which is at 21,700 area. So that's why what we want the price of Bitcoin to do is to hold this support line. And guys, if you are aware, yesterday beside this example we also talked about this 200 weekly SMA and its importance, because we found out each and every time the price of Bitcoin in the past price action had this reversal after testing the support around this red line which is the 200 exponential moving average, we had a really nice mark of phase. Here a very similar scenario unfolded. Each and every time the price has tested the support around this 200 weekly SMA, after that we have started a very nice bullish movement. But in our case we were below it, the same line was rejecting the price. But now since we are above this 200 weekly SMA, this 200 weekly SMA around 22,800 is also going to be a very important line of support for us. So that's why we know we are building a very strong support between this 22,500 to 23,000 area. But if we break this key line of support here in a immediate short term, then as I've already been clear, central CPR line 22,200 and also the 21,700 is going to be our potential downward target here in the immediate short term. But if we look at this price structure in a bit different way, we have talked about this bull flag formation, and also according to this Fibonacci extension line, this 100% Fibonacci extension line and the flagpole is pointing us 26,000 could be looked as our potential target for this August month. But during this continuation pattern, we found out the price of Bitcoin was forming this head and shoulder type of formation. And according to this head and shoulder formation, we placed the target around 22,500. The price of Bitcoin came across this 22,600 and then started consolidating. So if this is the target line, then also the 0.382 Fibonacci extension line acted as a support along with this 200 weekly SMA in a weekly time frame, CPR line here in a 4-hour time frame, the top CPR line, and also the 20 exponential moving average in a daily time frame. So we are getting some strong line of support around that area. So that's why we have to defend that support at any cost. And now if this continuation is going to happen, as we have been very clear, guys, this 26,000 is definitely going to remain as our upcoming target for this August month. But if we are going to fail to hold the support here in a weekly time frame, in a 4-hour time frame support from the CPI indicator and also the 20 exponential moving average, then we are aware we are going to look at this ascending broadening wedge formation, because according to this ascending broadening wedge, you can see the price of Bitcoin each and every time after testing the resistance around this upper line area has got a price retracement. So that's why if we are going to break this key line of support what we have around this 22,500, 22,600, then this trend here could be slowly heading towards the bottom line, and this bottom line is lying somewhere around 19,800. And we know according to the CPI indicator for this August month, the first target, the first monthly S1 target is also this 19,800 area. So that's why this 19,800 is going to be our potential target once we lose the support from this CPI line, and also in a weekly time frame and in a daily time frame. So that's why, guys, we will be monitoring this price action very, very carefully, because we have found out each and every time after the FOMC or during this FOMC, the price of Bitcoin has always showed this bullishness, but this bullishness turned into a fake out. I mean, this pump and dump type of scenario. Each and every time you can see during this FOMC from May 4th, from June 15th, and also from July 27th, you can see each and every time we had this massive movement. After that, a corrective movement followed. That's why we want to avoid this corrective movement. So as long as the price of Bitcoin is going to remain and follow this ascending formation, I mean this higher highs, higher lows continuation pattern here, everything is going to be okay, because we know the price is still holding some key line of support, which we have around this 22,500 or 22,000 area. And now let me talk about the formation what we are witnessing in a smaller time frame. So before I start talking about this one very, very interesting scenario which is unfolding right now in a 4-hour time frame, guys, if you haven't destroyed that like button, then please do it right now. And for those individuals watching this for the first time, hit that subscribe button and the bell. So now starting here again in a 4-hour time frame, you know, guys, we are seeing a very, very similar formation unfolding. We are aware each and every time the price of Bitcoin has formed this flag formation, or you can also see breakout from this descending channel, right? Breakout from this descending channel, we had a very nice impulsive run. Again, a very similar formation unfolded here. The price was following this descending channel. As soon as we broke the resistance from the descending channel, we had this very nice impulsive movement. Again, we had this retracement. This retracement formed another bull flag type of formation. And as soon as we broke out of this upper line area, we had this bullish continuation here to the upside. Again, guys, again, if you look at this formation, the price of Bitcoin could be forming another very similar scenario, just like here from past price action, where we are trying to break out of this upper line area, because we have found out in the past price action, whenever we have broken above this upper line area, the price of Bitcoin after that has also formed this higher highs, higher lows continuation pattern. You can see higher than the previous high, also higher lows. Again, new high, new low, right? And this was also new high. So if we are going to see any sort of a movement fake out here to the downside, we don't want price to break the previous low. So that's why if we are going to show some weakness here in the medium short term, and price of Bitcoin is also going to retrace, then we know this could be still looked as continuation pattern, higher highs, higher lows continuation pattern. And as soon as we are going to find proper support above this falling trend line or this descending channel upper line area, because right now if you look at this carefully, we are clearly breaking above it. In the past price action, breaking above this line has led to some really nice impulsive movement, and price of Bitcoin has also made a new high. So this is what I see, as long as the price of Bitcoin is going to remain around this 22,500, 22,600 range. So this is it for today, guys. If you enjoyed my work, then please destroy that like button. And also for those individuals watching this for the first time, hit that subscribe button and the bell. By saying this, I'm signing out. My name is Anup. Bye-bye.